You don't have an information problem. You have a fear problem. Wearing the costume of preparation. That's the honest truth about why you're still watching videos, still taking notes, still researching the same business idea you had 8 months ago without having done anything with it yet. Today, though, we're getting into the entrepreneur psychology of overthinking, why your brain keeps looping, why more information hasn't moved you, and what's actually happening underneath the surface that nobody in the business space will say directly in 8 minutes or less. It's always better to understand than to be understood. Let's go. Time is money. The real reason you're stuck. Here's what's actually happening when you sit down to work on the thing and end up 3 hours later having watched 12 more videos about it instead. Your brain has flagged the action as a threat, not the idea. The action. The moment you go from researching to doing, you cross a line where failure becomes possible. And your nervous system, which has one job, which is to keep you safe, interprets possible failure as danger. So it does what it always does with danger. It stalls. It generates reason to wait, procrastinate. It tells you need just a little more information before you're ready. This is not laziness. This is your brain running a protection protocol that was designed for a world where the wrong move could get you killed. It just doesn't know the difference between stepping off a cliff and launching a business. The information gathering feels productive because it is doing something. It's just not doing the thing. It's doing the safe version of the thing, the version that keeps the failure possibility out of reach, because as long as you haven't started, you haven't failed. Here's the problem with that logic. You also haven't started, and the people who did start imperfectly, without all the information, before they felt ready, are already 6 months ahead of you. Not because they knew more, because they moved first. Now, this is what overthinking is actually costing you. Every week you spend in the research loop is a week of data you don't have. Real market data, real customer feedback, real information about what works and what doesn't in your specific situation. Real life experience. No video gives you that. No course gives you that. No amount of notes gives you that. The only thing that gives you that is doing the thing and seeing what happens. The irony of analysis paralysis is that the information you actually need is on the other side of the action you keep avoiding. You can't think your way out of it. You can only move your way to it. So here's the practical reframe. The goal is to not eliminate uncertainty before you act. The goal is to act small enough that the uncertainty doesn't matter as much. You don't need to be certain the whole business works. You need to be certain enough about the next single step. What is the smallest possible action you could take today that moves this forward? Not the whole thing. One step, one call, one post, one conversation, only one thing. That's it. That's the whole answer to overthinking. Not more information, just smaller actions. The entrepreneur psychology of overthinking is not a character flaw. It's a survival mechanism running in the wrong context. Your brain is trying to protect you. The problem is that protection and progress are not the same thing. And at some point, you have to decide which one you're optimizing for. Drop a comment. Tell me, what's the one thing you've been overthinking that you already know the answer to? I read every single comment. Subscribe, because the next video in this series hits the second reason most people never start, and is just as important as this one. Remember, it's always better to understand than to be understood.